Although I could see the average outsider looking in and say, well, you're all competitors.
They come up there and I don't really know. Tell me why you did it like this. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Now that the Munich show is over in Germany and everyone's getting back to their lives, flying back to wherever they came from and so on, and
Recovering.
yeah, probably recovering, which takes about a week. You know, we know the feeling. And but anyway, we were thinking about it. You know, it's funny because you do a show like that, and we weren't at this one this year, but we've done many shows, so we know what doing shows are like. And when you do shows like that, you run into, it's about the only time you see other manufacturers, because throughout the rest of the year you're busy making things. You're not visiting each other. We don't travel to California to see, you know, Mike from Woo. We don't even go to New York City to see Woo Audio because we're all busy. Even though we could get there in an hour on a plane, we're all busy doing what we do. And then next show comes and bam, we're all together and we go out to eat, whatever. But you know, I think people would be interested in knowing that
The relationship between manufacturers in the audio industry.
Yeah, you know, various people.
Yeah. Well, we have a bit of experience with this. We've been in the industry a little while, been doing shows for, what is it, 8 years, 10 years or something? Well, headphone shows at least.
Headphone shows.
Yeah,
Something like
almost
that.
10, yeah.
Yeah, and some 2-channel shows for quite a period of time before that. And, of course, we run into manufacturers. And it's not too uncommon to go out to eat with these people because it turns out most people need to eat. And
Yeah, that happens.
sometimes it's nice.
Especially at night.
Yeah, well, especially if you didn't eat anything all day at the show.
which
Right, well, that happens.
tends to happen
yeah,
too.
that also happens, yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to have a little chat with other manufacturers. But curiously, it's pretty rare to talk about business.
Yeah,
It's
very.
A little bit different than I think most people would expect.
I think most people wouldn't get that. They'd think, oh, wouldn't you want to like share ideas or whatever? And then it's like, well,
Yeah, not really.
yeah. It's kind of like to us, I guess it'd be kind of like driving a car. You know, do you talk about how you drive cars? No, you just drive them.
Something like that.
I just came up with that out of the blue, but I'm just saying it's like we each take it. I mean, unless there's some sort of issue where an industry issue that we want to discuss, which
Right.
I can't even think what that would
Well,
be.
that does happen. Things
know?
occasionally you would bring up a question. Oh, this thing happened, and for whatever reason, it was a concern to the whole industry. How are you impacted by it, or what do you think about it? When there's a change or a shift or whatever, these things happen. You occasionally have
Yeah,
a
or
chance.
did you see so and so? What stupid thing they did?
Oh.
Yeah, right. You'll do that.
know?
You get the
Or-
water cool conversation.
Yeah, sometimes it's the other way around. It's like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. You know, see, but that would be like maybe 2 minutes, right?
Right.
Well, I think it's kind of nature of the beast because you're talking audio all day at the show.
Well, that's
so
true.
after the show, you're like,
We're all exhausted.
yeah, it's like I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Yeah, we've said the same thing 100 times.
Yeah.
And not that we're bored with it or anything. It's just, and the 100 times would be all different ways.
Right.
Because everyone seems to have a different way to word a question. And then you tend, if you're good at it, you tend to answer him in the way that answers is the way he's wording it, right? You're trying to give him the information he's looking for. And while everyone seems to need the same information, they need it in different ways if you're really going to communicate.
Yes.
So, you know, you find that's what keeps it from being totally maddening. Going over the same thing 100 times a day is that
Like just
it's
don't
all a little
memorize
different. Yeah,
some cards?
Yeah, you're ticking off different boxes with each individual, which is kind of cool. That's what makes the day go by quick. But yeah, at night you pretty much had it. You know, by the end of the day, it's like, oh,
Well, and usually, tomorrow you need to do it again. So you're like,
yeah,
Yeah, they
Done
get
with
it.
this.
It's very rare for somebody to really grill about industry-related questions, but occasionally it has happened. Although I could see the average outsider looking in and say, well, you're all competitors. Why are you friends? Why are you talking to each other? Why are you going out to eat with each other?
well, that's true because we do go out to we've gone out with people from Stax before and stuff like that, and I mean they're all good people. I mean,
Right.
a lot of them are good people. I mean, there are people we don't go out with and don't see because we're not in that. Their niche. They're not in our not niche. What would you call it? It's a clique. We used to call it cliques back in the day, but
Yeah.
it's different groups, and
Well-
hang with different groups. And it's just like personal relationships too. It's the same thing. I mean, you hang with some people at work and other people you don't hang with. It's the same deal.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a conscious decision, typically, who you don't hang out with.
That's true.
for the most part, it's for whatever reason, these people never approached you. You never approached them. Maybe they've always been showing in a different region than you, and you're not local, and you already have enough people that you're going out to eat with or whatever, and it's just unreasonable because you're not going to get together in a group of 500 people or something. You can't talk to that many people.
It's a bitch getting a table at the restaurants as it is.
Yeah, it only goes so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be as simple as they're at the table next to you, and since
Yeah.
they're there all day next to you, you talk to them.
Right, that's common.
Yeah, the last time we were in Munich, we went to we were upstairs in a restaurant like in the city center somewhere. And it was a pretty upscale restaurant. I'm thinking there's probably not gonna be anyone we know here. Sure as shit, Dan Clark's sitting there in the next table over, having a meal with
There was
4 or 5
literally
people.
like 5 people in the whole place.
Yeah.
He was one of them.
Yeah,
And it's a little curious, I suppose, because when you go out to eat with people, you really get typically a pretty decent impression for who they are as people, because especially after a long trade show, usually you're pretty worn out. So it's really hard to sustain a different personality than you really are for that long over multiple days of a trade show, because you're usually going at it all day, every day, and it can be very, very fatiguing. And for most people, you get a pretty good impression of who they really are. And curiously, most people are who they present themselves as. Most people, if they act like a nice, considerate person, that's who they are, seemingly.
yeah,
But there are a handful of people that are not. They're totally different after the show.
yeah. The sun goes down, and,
It's curious, right?
and the vampire outfit comes out.
And you wouldn't know it, right? Because looking from a foreign perspective, before we were really in the industry, you see these people, whatever, talking about things, and you kind of get an impression of who they are from how they say things and whatnot, what they talk about. But it can be very different when you actually deal with them outside of a show, or, I guess more importantly, if they're in a friend group of their own and you're observing them from afar.
Sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah, like if they're in a table next to you or whatever, you hear them yelling about something to their buddies. A lot of times they're totally different than what you would expect.
Well, bottom line, I mean, you think about how many people, how many companies exhibit, how many each company brings multiple people usually to the table. There's hundreds of exhibitors at any particular show, if not more. You can't know them all. You can't go out and eat with them all, and you sure as hell don't want to because you ain't got that kind of time. So the bottom line is, I think that's how separates, who sings who. You've got a finite amount of time at night, and how are you going to spend it? And I mean, at least to me, there's all kinds of reasons why. But every once in a while, you meet somebody new. A manufacturer's doing a booth next to you, and you knew them. You know each other. You know of each other. In the industry, you just don't know each other. And like you said, they're all, for the most part, everyone's pretty cool. They're the same people, same people all the time. They're good people. And the cool thing about being in a niche industry like this is, especially in headphones, like I've seen a little more cutthroat go on as you go more into the commercial side of things. High volume, big companies, those guys,
they're different.
They're all after each other. It's a whole different environment. This too, especially in a subset of headphones, which is a subset of audio, which is what I'm saying? It's like
a niche of a niche.
Yeah, we're all pretty cool. We're all after the same goals, really.
Right.
It's almost like more of a hobby feel than it is, I'm going to slit your throat because you're killing my corporate whatever. So it's a whole different world, So
we don't have a problem with anybody else manufacturing high-end headphones.
No.
Totally talk with them and go out to eat with them, whatever. If they want to ask us technical questions about our headphones, it's fine.
Actually, that does happen sometimes.
Some manufacturers do that.
They come up there and I don't really know. Tell me why you did it like this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, or they come out with some really baller product, and we'll go over and say, we like to hear this, an amp or a preamp or whatever.
It's usually amp manufacturers.
Amps, yeah. But, mind if we plug in? And, absolutely. And
but because of that, kind of the more curious thing is the people that don't do that. Because there are manufacturers that seem to just run away from us. Like we've never really talked to them.
Do they?
I mean, it's not like they're actively running away, but we've never really talked to them. You give them a wave or whatever, and they either don't wave back or something like that. Like, they kind of give you a cold shoulder and things like that. And I don't know why. I've never dealt with these people, but okay. Most people are really cool.
You know what I think most of the time, if that would be the case? Yeah. I think somebody started a rumor somewhere that's not true. Yeah, there's a little birdie that goes, just to F with somebody, and they start a rumor, and how do you know? Because you never approach the guy to ask him if it's true or not, right? So it festers with some people, I think.
Sometimes,
yeah, and it's third, fourth, fifth party information they're working on.
People could interpret what you do as like a direct action to destroy their business. Which
Yeah.
I think most of the people, especially the people that are cool, which is good majority, they get that you're trying to operate where you do best. You're trying to make a product that's unique in the industry that nobody else offers. And so in that sense, I really don't think a lot of us are really as direct competitors as it may appear, because everybody is kind of trying to offer something that they feel the industry doesn't have, which makes sense. And they're trying to provide value to the customer, trying to make a product that they think is cool that nobody else makes. Because why would you try to make two of the same products? It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the goal is to do the best you can,
Right.
and that'll fall into the market where it may.
People will buy it or they won't,
Yeah,
right?
it's that simple. So yeah,
You don't need to attack people about it.
yeah, or pull the rug out from under them.
Right. They can do whatever they want. It's fine.
Yeah,
If you make
more
a better
power
product,
to 'em.
cool. I'll tell you.
Well, not only that, I mean, I think everyone, because it's kind of a small niche, I think everyone's kind of helping each other in a way. I mean,
to
the
some
more
extent, yeah.
attention you get to our industry in general, which is why we do these videos, right? The more attention you bring to this niche of audio, the better it is from everybody.
Mhm.
So it should be a group effort. If you start backstabbing each other, I mean,
Right.
you'll all be laying dead sooner or later, and there ain't gonna be nobody listening to any headphones. So
Well, I mean, and everybody helps everybody else. I mean, better DACs, better amps,
Absolutely.
better headphones. They all,
yeah,
you need them
right.
all.
Well, yeah, we play off each other in the industry. So, and I think the reason we get away with that is because it is a small industry. I don't think you see that happening in the automotive world.
At very large scale, that falls apart.
Yeah.
Usually the people you see at shows aren't really directly related to the product or the manufacturing. They don't really oftentimes know anything about it. They're in a particular division and they're so isolated because the company's so big. And it's pretty obvious because they only know what they know.
They do
And,
one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're a very large company that's shipping huge numbers, well, you're not really that excited most of the time to go out to eat with another competitor because to you, I'm just a numbers person. I deal with sales or accounting or
Yeah.
whatever, right? And it doesn't really matter to you. A lot of these people aren't that involved in the industry, but when you're a manufacturer, when you're designing a thing, a lot of times you're so heavily immersed in the industry and it can be more or less a significant portion of your life. The hope is you really care and you see other people doing cool things. You assume they care as well. And, sometimes it's kind of fun to have a little chat with these people.
Yeah. Even if it's only for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people I meet in the hall.
Yeah.
We got badges on. We know who each
Yeah,
other
yeah.
is, so to
Yeah.
speak. I'm like, oh, you're so and so.
Everybody's labeled. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So it's kind of neat. Yeah, at least you got names to go with the faces.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. It's like I've seen the name. I've never seen the
yeah,
person before.
right. So I mean, you run into people in the funniest place. They're at a bar. You go to a bar. You have a few drinks at night. You're done eating.
Well,
Super common.
and
we're
some
having
guys. Now you don't have badges on, but all of a sudden you say, hey, some goes, oh, you know who that is?
That's where it happens.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You always run into
That's
people
where you
in
run
the-
into the press and the
Oh, well,
because
that's
they're always moving.
Yeah, that's true. And they're always like, I got to get to this room. I'll talk to you
Yeah,
later.
exhibitors don't really leave their booth that much, so
Yeah.
you only see them at the end of the show.
Back in the day, I always ran into guys like some Stereophone and stuff in an elevator. Or something.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you come to our room? You got to come see what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm busy. I got to.
Yeah. They always got their agendas.
Yeah, they had a list they had to cover, and then and only then, if they finished that list, then they could do what they wanted. Which
Right.
it's tough. I get it. You
Yeah,
know, it's
a lot to
We're
do.
going to hit
Yeah.
50 rooms.
Yeah, right. Yeah, in a day.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right. People expect coverage.
yeah. But anyway,
I think that mostly wrapped it up.
yeah,
But maybe
That's-
people have some questions out there and they can leave them in the comments below.
yeah,
Yeah,
they could.
that's possible.
Yeah,
We have
and
this technology.
and if they want to listen to us instead of watch our faces, they can go at any podcast.
Yeah, we got
and
weird faces.
ask for ask for what the hell you ask for?
Top of the line show podcast
yeah,
or something.
yeah, Abyss Top of the Line show. Yeah, and we'll be there.
Or in about a month, Can Jam.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be going to Chicago.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, next month, and I don't know when the hell it is.
End of the month. I don't know.
June
Something.
Yeah, June.
We'll
20
probably do a
something.
video when it gets closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Yeah. In fact, we'll be there, and we'll bring the new toys, the new
Oh,
Lena.
will we?
I forgot about that. That we
Oh,
we
yeah.
just announced the new DCS Lena line,
Yep.
which we're a dealer for, and we'll have that in Chicago on at our booth for sure because it's a really cool system. And I don't know what else we'll have. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see
it's
when
always
it comes.
game time
yeah,
decision.
We'll see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, that's coming up quick. So, if anyone that can get to Chicago next month, plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice hotel too. I booked
Is
this
it?
out. Yeah,
Mm.
nice. It's like I think it's a Marriott.
Mm.
How can you go wrong?
Thrilling.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.